I want to come by the project that we were working on. Well, a week or so later, they showed up, the film crew, and all of a sudden this guy comes around and starts running a wire up my shirt, and I go, what's this guy want? He says, don't pay attention to him.
Tom Silva, the legendary carpenter and contractor from this old house, finally addressed the swirling rumors that have followed him for years. All right, let's not sugarcoat it. When a guy like Tom Silva's been on your TV for over 40 years, steady hands, calm voice, always fixing something, you just know there's more to the story. This ain't some overnight fame deal. This is legacy. This is earned. But behind those quiet smiles and sawdust-covered flannels, he'd been holding back a truth that even the most loyal fans couldn't guess. So yeah, get comfy, because we ain't just talking home Renos today. We're going deep into what Tom's finally ready to say. And why now? See, Tom's story didn't start under bright studio lights or with producers yelling action. Nah, it started in the quiet corners of Lexington, Massachusetts. A blue-collar town, old bones, where the smell of fresh wood was more familiar than breakfast. Born into a family where work was more than just money, it was honor. His dad didn't need a whiteboard to teach lessons. He handed Tom a hammer and said, "Watch, then do." That's how Tom learned. Not just the how, but the why. Why take your time on something no one might ever see? Why sand the edge of a beam that's going to be hidden behind drywall? Because it's the right way. Because someone's got to still care, even when nobody's watching. And that mindset, it became the core of everything Tom did. His whole career was built on doing it right, the first time. But here's where it gets real. Fans been asking for years, what's up with Tom? Why has he been stepping back? What's behind that quiet look in his eyes lately? At 77, Tom finally said enough's enough. He's breaking the silence. And trust, it's not some dramatic TV moment, it's deeper, more personal. Growing up in Lexington, surrounded by houses older than the country itself, Tom wasn't just looking at buildings, he was looking at stories. Each beam, each brick held a voice. Those voices whispered to him. They taught him that real craftsmanship isn't just about nails and wood, it's about respect for the past, for the people, for the process. He didn't go to some fancy design school. He learned in the field, right beside tradesmen who didn't just build, they understood. Tom soaked that all in. And when he and his brother Richard started Silva Brothers Construction, that wasn't just business, it was a legacy. Their work spread fast. Word of mouth. You wanted it done right? You called the Silvas. Simple as that. That's what brought this old house to his door. The show needed someone real, someone who didn't just know the work, but lived it. Tom wasn't chasing cameras. In fact, he turned them down at first, said he was too busy swinging hammers to talk on tape. But fate had other plans. The show's producer, his neighbor no less, saw something in Tom, and one day, just rolled up with a camera, clipped a mic on him, and that was that. No rehearsal, no script, just Tom doing what he does best. From there, he became the backbone of this old house. Not just the guy who got things done, but the one who made it make sense. You ever hear him explain a load-bearing wall and actually feel like you could fix one yourself? That's not luck. That's a gift. A teacher's heart hiding in a builder's hands. But behind the scenes? Yeah, it wasn't all as smooth as fresh drywall. See, as the show got bigger, the TV side started creeping in. Producers wanted things quicker, cleaner, tighter. But Tom, he knew you can't fake craftsmanship. You can't shortcut soul. He butted heads more than once over it. Quietly, professionally, but firmly. When they wanted to gloss over a hard part to save time, Tom said no. When they asked to make something look easier than it really was, Tom reminded them, that's not what this show is about. This wasn't ego. This was about respecting the craft, respecting you, the viewer. He didn't want you learning fluff. He wanted you to learn truth. And yeah, it got tense. There were moments he almost walked. Moments where he felt like what the show was becoming wasn't what it started as. But Tom stuck around. Why? Because he knew millions were still tuning in, still listening, still learning. And that's what he cared about. Teaching, uplifting, showing the next generation that building things the right way still matters. That pride in your work ain't old school. It's timeless. He poured himself into Generation Next, mentoring young tradespeople, making sure the torch didn't go out just 'cause fewer folks were picking up hammers. He saw the skills gap coming from miles away, and he did something about it. But now, as he steps back, he's not retiring, he's transitioning. Tom's ready to talk about what it took, about the battles he fought quietly, about the values he refused to let slip, about the weight of carrying a show's integrity for 4 decades while still showing up on job sites with the same humble spirit he had as a kid in Lexington. So yeah, the rumors? Some were true. He was frustrated. He was tired of seeing the craft diluted for ratings, and he did come close to walking away more than once. But he stayed. For you. For every homeowner who just wanted to learn. For every kid who saw a power drill and thought, maybe I could build something too. And now, with the camera lights dimming a bit, he's not fading. He's just stepping into a quieter role. One that still honors the same thing he's always believed. Build it right. Build it strong. Build it with heart. Because no matter what changes around you, that kind of work, that kind of legacy, never goes out of style.